Okay everybody, and welcome to my Tahko MTB race recap video. The race was 120 Ks with 260k laps. 1400 meters of elevation on each lap. The Tahko MTB is the biggest mountain bike race or mountain bike event held in Finland, and there are races for kids all the way up to 4 lap and 240k races. As I was saying, I was racing for 120Ks, and there were also cross-country marathon nationals held on this 120k start. So there were heaviest hitters from Finland on the start line. At the beginning I was a bit worried about the pace, because I noticed that I was riding with the elite women and they were riding for 60Ks for national title, and other riders that were riding for 60Ks. So I was worried about my pace, that it might be way too hard for 120. Beginning of the race I was aiming for, let's say, 6 hours, because last year I did 1 lap on 2 hours and 50 minutes, but just too soon to be realized that that won't be happening on this day. There were track passing a graveyard, so yeah, you get the idea. Okay, the beginning of the race, the pace was quite basic. And then we entered the mud.
Eikä.
A lot of trails were like this on this day, and especially on lap 2, these kind of spots were like knee-deep mud and water, and also my second lap was 45 minutes slower than the first one, and that really showed the difficult like weather conditions on this day. The first biggest climb, Kinahmi 1, is approaching quite soon after start, and I tried to get the position behind the riders that could possibly ride that up. It's quite difficult to ride up that climb. I don't know, was it wise thing to do at lap 1, or should I just save my energy a bit more for the coming race? But at this moment I was unaware of conditions of the trails. Okay, here we are approaching the Kinahmi 1, and here's some data from lap 1. My neutralized power was 249, which like seemed okay, and the lap 1 I did on 3 hours and 31 minutes, so quite a lot of slower than last year when I was doing 1 lap only. Okay. Here I'm getting the position for the climb. Really classic climb on this race. And for my surprise, I did get the pace and like the momentum to like pedal up the climb. It's hard to pass people who were walking up, but I did manage to do that.
Mä koitan tulla tästä suoraan. Ei oo mitään järkeä tässä, mutta... No, yep.
I planned to like film with GoPro the whole race, but after 1 hour my battery died from my GoPro, and I had spare batteries on my back jersey pockets, and they were all covered in mud, of course, and my gloves were covered on mud and all that. And as I was changing the batteries will get all sandy and muddy and all that, and I tried to put the GoPro back on, but that didn't like work, so I only filmed for the first part of the lap 1, which like later on I was so mentally tired on this race, so if I should have been like managing the GoPro during the 7-hour race, that would have been way too much like mental load. Because on beginning of the lap 2 I was riding with the winner of men 50 category, and he was saying that okay, maybe the second lap is around 4 hours, and at that moment I was like, oh my god, that can't be done. But somehow I just put the pace down a bit and went on. Here are great views on here up on this climb. I did around 120 grams of carbs on each hour of the race, but I haven't done these like over 6-hour races or rides, and like last 2 hours were really tough. And I was like just like grinding the teeth to get through. Okay, here are the data from lap 2. Normalized power down quite a lot to 207, and it was about 4-hour lap, and the whole race was 7 hours and 45 minutes with neutralized power on 230. So that's it. So this effort put me to place 30 out of 62 riders that start the competition start. There were, like I said, there was also cross-country mountain nationals at the same start, so I'm pretty happy with the placement here. Okay, thanks for watching, and if you were racing on this race, I would be interesting to know about your pacing strategy, or did it work with you, or how was it? Okay, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.